Hello, algebra classes. We are looking at lesson 10.3 where we are analyzing data in two-way tables. So in this chapter, again, we are learning how to collect data, ways we can collect data, ways we can sort and make sense of data, how we can categorize it, and how we can display it. And so today's lesson is taking a look at what are called two-way tables. So there will be a horizontal and a vertical component of each of these two-way tables. And so the first thing we're going to do is look at example 1. And this is a two-way table demonstrating two different homeroom classrooms and students' favorite subjects who are in those homeroom classrooms. So we have Miss B's class, we have Mr. C's class. And so each student responded in those classes to what their favorite subject was. And taking a look at this overall picture here of this two-way table, we're going to notice there's a total of 39 students that were asked that question. So down here in the right-hand corner, we have a total of 39 students. And we're going to notice that in Mr. B's class, 8 said they liked math best, 6 said they liked science best, 5 said they liked English best, and that totals up to 19 students in that class. Mr. C's homeroom, 4 liked math best, boo, wish there were more there. 7 liked science best, and 9 liked English best. So English is the clear winner in Mr. C's class. Math is the clear winner in Ms. B's class. Anyways, Mr. C's class has a total of 20 students when you add these three numbers across. So going across, these three numbers add to 19, these three add to 20. But not only do they add across, they also add down. So the total number of math favorite subject people, 8 plus 4 is 12, 6 plus 7 is 13 for the number of students who like science best, and for the total number like English best, 5 plus 9 is 14. And then of course we total across this way, and 12 plus 13 plus 14 will be 39, and so will 19 plus 20 make 39. So all our numbers add up. So we're just getting oriented on interpreting a two-way table. So in example 1, we're asked 2 questions. First, how many students in Ms. B's homeroom prefer math? 8. Ms. B's homeroom and math, that's where they come together, so 8 students. How many students from both homerooms prefer science? Well, we have to look at the total down here because we want both of the homerooms together, and we look at the science column. 6 in Ms. B's homeroom, 7 in Mr. C's homeroom like science best for a total of 13. All right, so that's just doing some interpreting of a two-way table. Example 2, now we're to make a two-way table. So this is a little trickier because we have to go from the known to the unknown. So first let's just get ourselves oriented. We're told that there are 175 freshmen who are taking a foreign language. The freshman breakdown of language takers are 88 are taking Spanish, 46 are taking French, and the rest are taking German. They don't give us a number for that. We'll figure it out in a minute. No one takes more than one language. That would complicate it quite a bit here, but that's going to make it easier for us knowing that every student is either in Spanish, French, or German. 42 boys take Spanish, 31 girls take French is given information, and we're also told that 89 girls total take a language. So first we're going to set up our two-way table, and that's everything that you're going to see in black here. So I wrote across Spanish, French, German. I could have done that down the side, but I chose to go across the top. And I'll leave another column for my totals. And then there's breakdowns for each of these languages for boys and girls. Again, I could have put boys and girls on the top, Spanish, French, German down the side. I can set it up either way, giving myself then beneath boys and girls a total. So first I'm just going to write in what they told me. 175 freshmen all together are taking a language. There's my total in the bottom corner. 88 are taking Spanish. So in my total Spanish, both boys and girls together, I put 88. 46 are taking French total. And then I'm going to figure out how many are taking German. What I'm going to do to figure that out is I'm going to add up my 88 and my 46. That's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to subtract that off of 175. The remaining students must be those taking German. So I'm putting this in red just to indicate I figured this out using this calculation here. That has to be 41. Now, back to the given information. Let's see. I was told that 42 boys take Spanish, so I'm going to mark that in. 31 girls take French, so I'm going to mark in. The number of girls taking French is 31. And 89 total girls are taking a language. So 89 for Spanish, French, and German, because these have to add across to make that. So the numbers add down, and the numbers add across. And of course, our totals always make the number that's in this bottom right corner. So 88 plus 46 plus 41 is 175. And in a minute, when we figure out that's 86, 86 plus 89 is 175. All right, I already figured out that this is 41, so I'm working from my knowns to my unknowns. I can figure out next that This has to be 86 because these two have to add together to make 175. So 175 minus 89 will give us 86. That's what I'm doing here. And then here, my next step is that I'm going to figure out that 88 minus this 42. If there's 42 boys that take Spanish, how many girls? Well, the total of Spanish takers would be 88 minus 42, giving us the girls' total is 46. So I put the 46 in. And then I'm going to add that to 31, 46 and 31, and I'm going to get 77. So these two together make 77. Subtract that off of 89. That's what I'm doing here. And I find that that has to be 12. So I know now I have 41 here, I have 12 here. I've already worked those out. Let's go ahead and figure out my next step. Let's see. If I take 41 here minus the 12, I'm going to get the number of boys who take German. That's 29. And if I take my 46 total minus my 31 girls, I'll be left with the boys who take French, 15 of them. Okay, so again, what you're doing is you're always filling in the information you're given and then filling out what you need to based on that given information by doing the adding or subtracting that's necessary. So I have everything filled in my chart now. All right, example 3. This time we're given a two-way table. We don't have to make one. We're told about a college campus. There's men and there's women there. Those men and women can either live on campus or off campus. We're going to get the total number of men that were in this survey. We're going to get the number of women total, the number of people who live on campus total, the number of people who live off campus total. And now we're going to see what kinds of questions might come up as a result. Do more students live on campus or off campus? Well, we're looking at the total that live on campus, 7,040 compared to those that live off campus. And since 7,768 is greater than 7,040, we're going to say there are more people who live off campus. Is it true that more women live off campus than on campus? So we look at our women totals here. And so we find out that of the women, 3,750 live off campus, 3,824 live on campus. So no, it's not true that more women live off campus. Actually, more women live on campus. We could ask other questions as well. We could say, well, how many more men live off campus than on campus? If we ask that question, how many more men, 4,010, live off campus than the 3,216 live on campus, we would subtract those two numbers to find out that answer. So there's lots of different questions that we can ask about, lots of different pieces of information that show up in these two-way tables, and they're called two-way because we have a horizontal as well as a vertical section for each of these. And we can either create the tables or we can answer questions based on tables that are provided for us. All right, so that is all of our guided practice problems for today. So we're going to move on now into our homework and make sure that you're coming into our Zoom sessions and asking questions if there is anything that you are confused about. We'll see you next time.